Hey YouTube, it's Jane. Here with the review of WrestleMania IX, a event of epic proportions. Other side. This is probably rated one of the worst WrestleManias of all time, if not the worst. This stuff. Here's the tape. This is a Coliseum home video. Go over the matches. There was Shawn Michaels versus Tatanka, and Shawn Michaels had got counted out, won by DQ. It was no good. It got a 4 out of 10. Head Shrinkers versus Steiner Brothers, horrible, too many botches. Steiner's won because Scott Steiner did a Frankensteiner. I give that 4 out of 10. Then Kamala versus Bam Bigelow wasn't on there. Something happened. Either 0 out of 10. Bob Backlund versus Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon pretty much killed him and give that 4 out of 10. Crush versus Doink. Doink had another clown. And the ref was down. He hit him in the head with a fake arm, and the other one got out of the ring or something. Give that a 4.5 out of 10. Next, Mr. Perfect versus Narcissist Lex Luger. A decent match, probably the best match. Card, maybe. Not really. Wasn't that good. I give it a 5 out of 10. And then Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez. This is horrible. Giant Gonzalez is about as smart as a Great Khali. Undertaker ended up winning because he horrible woman through Giant Gonzalez some chloroform stuff, and he like poisoned him or whatever. And then the ref disqualified him, and Undertaker's streak went on. Then Money Incorporated, IRS, and $1 Million Man defend the tag team titles against the Mega Maniacs, Hulk Hogan versus Brutus Barber Beefcake. And this was no good either. Brutus Beefcake used a mask. He had a mask and he was using it as a weapon. They used IRS's briefcase as a weapon. They tried to run away, and then the ref said, if you don't get back by the count of 10, they're the new champs. They came back. Then, I'm not for sure what they did, but Money Inc. got disqualified. No, the Hogan and Beefcake got disqualified because Jimmy Hart switched out like he flipped his jacket inside out or whatever or something, and he had a referee looking jacket. Counted 1, 2, 3 when Beefcake and Hogan were pinning after they used the mask in, and then Danny Davis came out and disqualified them. And then the IRS and them walked away with titles. They left the briefcase. Hogan was throwing out money. And this was the WrestleMania. Hogan came out with a big old lump on his eyes and a black eye. And had like stitches above his eye. Look it up, it looked nasty. WrestleMania IX, Hogan, Hulk Hogan. Oh yeah, I forgot to do I don't think I did Undertaker rating. I give that a 2 out of 10. And then next, I give this match a 3 out of 10. And then next, decent, I guess. Bret Hart versus Yokozuna for the WWF title. And Yokozuna had Bret Hart had the sharpshooter, and Mr. Fuji threw some powder in his eye. And then he did the leg drop thing. And before this, that was okay. I'd give it a 5.5 out of 10. Before this, Hogan said he wanted to face the champ. And then Mr. Fuji said he had came out after the match and he wanted to say, and then Bret Hart was like, "You can do it, go on." And then Mr. Fuji tried to throw powder stuff again, and he hit Yokozuna. Hogan did the leg drop, got the 1, 2, 3 in a 20-second match. That was one of the fastest title reign, or shortest title reign, or fastest title change match. I'm not for sure. It was one of those. Hogan won the title. That'd be his last WrestleMania until WrestleMania 18. And when he faced The Rock. Because after this, he'd went to do movies and TV shows, and then he ended up going to WCW. And they had the white Intercontinental title, I think. Like, sort of like what's in WWE now. This was Bill Alfonso. He reffed the guy from ECW that used to come out with like Taz and Sabu and Rob Van Dam. The little short guy with the whistle. He was a ref during this. This was JR's first WrestleMania, Jim Ross. One of the best commentators of all time. I wonder what that is. I can't show you because it's for another video. It's just, all you can know is it's a necklace. But the only really good thing about this pay-per-view... Oh yeah, and this was built the biggest toga party ever, I think, too. Because they all came out in animals and people in these weird outfits, and it was weird. This pay-per-view was a disaster. It was in Caesar Palace, Las Vegas. Had like 16,000 people in attendance. But overall, I give this WrestleMania 3.5 out of 10. It's not that good. Just, no. Yeah, the only really good part was JR, Bobby Heenan, and Mr. Perfect on commentary. And I forgot to say in the Shawn Michaels, Luna Vachon, and Sensational Sherry were fighting, and then after that they fought in the back. And then after Mr. Perfect's match with Lex Luger like elbowed him in the head because apparently he was undefeated and he had been knocking them out. And in that match he did a roll up, and then he didn't like it, and Mr. Perfect was mad, and then he elbowed him in the head or whatever. He was knocked out for a second, and then went in the back to go beat him up. He was chasing him, and then out of nowhere, Shawn Michaels came and started beating him up, and started hitting him with random stuff that was in the back. But, yeah, even the photographers and stuff had togas on, and some people in the crowd. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest buying this. Not really the best WrestleMania. I wanted to check it out, see how bad it really was, and it's bad. But, yeah, I only paid like 50 cents to rent it. This was a Coliseum home video original. But, yeah, I wouldn't suggest getting this unless you wanted to see how bad it was like I did. And, in the Fatu and Samu, and that's Rikishi, Scott Steiner, and Rick Steiner. Those are pretty famous. Shawn Michaels, Tonka, not too famous. These guys are sort of famous. But, yeah, this was Rikishi a long time ago, and they were head shrinkers, and I think it was Alpha, one of the Wild Samoans. It was mad at them. He just slammed their heads together, and they didn't even do anything, and Scott Steiner slammed their heads together, and they didn't do anything. It's like they were the heads, they couldn't do anything to the head. And then one of them, I think it was Samu, had Scott Steiner, and he had him, and he just like was walking with him on his shoulders, and he dropped him. Like he fell against the ropes, and he fell right on his head. But, yeah. Just want to get a review out on this, and so I can return it. I can't think of anything else, really. At the end, Kamala said something about the match couldn't happen due to personal reasons or something like that. It wasn't WWF's reasons. And there was Kamala in the back playing with like some elephant. It was weird. But yeah, horrible WrestleMania. WrestleMania is normally the best show of the year, and it was just horrible. And yeah, that's about it. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, bye.